Yo, what's up guys? So I want to do a quick PvE Musa Succession guide. We'll start off by showing you my combos, and then we will show you 3 different types of mobs to be able to use this, which will be Polyforest, Manshaums and Hysteria. But let's get straight to it. Okay, let me show you combo number 1 that I use for PvE, which looks like this. It goes Dragon Bite into LMB RMB, into Blooming, into Rising Storm Blaze, Crush Crusher, into LMB RMB to finish off that combo. So that's combo number 1. Okay, combo number 2. I like this combo because it has a short cooldown on this one, so check this one out. Okay, so it goes Dragon Bite into LMB RMB, Backstep, LMB RMB, Rising Storm into Rising Storm Blaze. So that's combo number 2. And combo number 3 looks like this. Okay, so Dragon Bite, SE or Blind Slash into Crush Crusher, to LMB RMB, into Rising Storm Blaze. Okay, going back to the 3 mobs that I mentioned, I'll just quickly demonstrate how I kill these mobs. Okay, starting with Polyforest. So when I start, I like to blind thrust and then dash around and just pretty much shift Q this one. I don't really combo it because I don't really need to, but with just using Rising Storm, I can regain stamina quite easily. So I just dash around using Rising Storm here. I do recommend grinding at this spot because it gives you a lot of money, especially with low AP. So with this grind, I'm actually just using 226 AP here and 224 pre-awake. But that's pretty much how I grind here at Polyforest. Moving on with our next part, which is Manshaums. I just want to quickly show you a couple of things. So firstly is blind thrust. This is an important skill which gives a 30% critical hit rate. This will increase your damage a little bit more on the Manshaum mobs. The other skill that I wanted to show you was Dragon Bite. Dragon Bite adds a extra 20% critical hit rate for 9 seconds. So this will stack on the blind thrust critical rate. So for this demonstration, I'm using 226 awakening, 224 pre-awake. Before you engage, don't forget to blind thrust and Dragon Bite. Alright, so one thing I like to point out is I like using Rising Storm quite a bit, especially at Manshaums. This place can be quite a stamina killer, so to be able to really maintain and have that stamina control is firstly Rising Storm, using that consistently. The other skill that I like to use is Crush Crusher, and also the other skill is Blooming. Those 3 skills are the 3 skills that I use to try and regain my stamina. To be able to close gaps between one mob to the other mob, I like to use FC, which is Fury Angel as well. So just keep those things in mind, but I usually use the combos that I showed you earlier, but I like to really manage my stamina by using Rising Storm. If I've missed something in this video or anything like that, then by all means please comment below and let us know. But yeah, moving on. Okay, we're here at Hysteria, currently at the 7 Elton rotation. This is a rotation that I usually do quite a bit, but I'll quickly show you how I kind of do this rotation, and also comboing these guys as well, so check it out. So with the combos that I showed you earlier in this video, I usually rotate between those combos. So sometimes they're not perfect because some of the skills are on cooldown. So I try and use those combos as a foundation with my skills, and just really try and utilize what I have left over. So if you really practice those combos that I showed you earlier, they can be useful for PvE but also PvP. Just really make those skills muscle memory. That way your grind will be a lot faster especially here at Hysteria. And you can kind of rotate between the skills however you want. You can also use those skills at different mobs as well. So those 3 mobs are just sort of demonstrations on how I grind at different areas. Like Polyphorus, you could probably use the same strategy at like Gahas. If it was Manshaums, you could probably use the same strategy at like Shriekins or Renaros. Same with Hysteria, you could use the same combos at Arkman or also Star's End. Okay, let's talk about buffs. I'll show you guys what buffs I use here. The first buff that I use is the Exquisite Cron Meal. I use the Oasis because it's out at the moment. The other thing is Villa buff. You can get a Villa buff scroll from any Villa tower in Valencia. Then you just open up your tent, buy a 2-hour Villa buff, and you'll be good to go. I don't usually do this, but you can get a church buff from any main towns within the game. So right here, this could be your PvE buffs. You got Villa buff, food buff, and church buff. You could also add Beast Drought to this, or you could add Frenzy Drought. Any of those droughts would be perfect for this as well. Okay, to wrap up this video, I'll just show you my gear and also my skill add-ons here so that you guys can compare. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it or found it helpful. If you have any questions, comment below. But thank you guys. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.